Steve, I'm glad you're here. Is there a problem if we hold this for a month? I had the neighbor came and spoke, and I guess I'm worried about the dumpster location, proximity to that home there, and she said there's a big grade separation between the southern end of their lot and the houses to the south.
Take a closer look at that.
Are they going to care if we hold this a month?
Well, they're eager.
I know
yeah.
they came out. It's been kind of coming around once.
They're eager to get going, of course. I mean, they have pending approval. They would then in June reach out, get bids and then start construction.
Was there a fence there on the south line?
If there was, it was probably some overgrowth and maybe a chain.
Oh no, in the plan.
In the plan. No, on the plan, it's it's landscaping, and then the refuse enclosure itself would have a four-sided fence around it.
Right, and then remind me.
So we could certainly take a look at introducing fencing or additional landscaping to and we could take a look at grades. The one thing I don't have from is a full set of civil plans yet, so I mean there could be some grading that's done to sort of help
if they have
mitigate
excess
that
soil
further.
rather than transport it off site, it
Right.
might actually
Yeah.
I think a berm would help.
Yeah.
And then remind me, in the zoning, are those dumpsters allowed to be emptied outside the scope of our quiet hours, our noise ordinance?
They need to be done. So the dumpsters would have to be taken care of during daytime hours.
During
so
daytime hours?
7
Okay.
a.m.
Not
to
that,
10
I mean, it's not a bar with bottles and cans in it, I get that.
Yeah, that's the worst thing that can happen for a neighborhood is to have that happening early on.
And
Yeah.
do you know offhand, I meant to ask this, how many jobs and what the taxable value is on this? Do you have-
The value is about $1.5 to $2 million.
so it's a $3 million construction value cost?
About $2 million, about $1.5 to $2 million is what he said for all the paving, the
Is the
landscaping,
construction.
the building, the construction. Right.
So the taxable value would be about half?
I don't know.
I know you're
Yeah,
not the
I
assessor.
could find
I get
out,
that.
but yeah. And as far as your other question, employees,
It's got to be 10 people maybe,
they're
right?
probably gonna have 10 people. Yeah, and not all there at one time, but
No, yeah,
yeah,
10 FTEs.
yeah,
Okay, just so I have
Yeah.
something to stand on.
sure.
So, but something to moderate that noise, and our new dumpsters. She mentioned rats too to me in the hall. People always, once.
I mean, we can follow up with those issues with the applicant, specifically on sanitation, the noise from the speakers, the sight lines to
I mean,
the refuse. and
They
the
don't want to
dumpster.
hold the drive-through and not open until 6 a.m. or 7. I understand it's coffee. I get that.
Right, it's breakfast.
It's coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more breakfast now, I think, right? Dunkin's doing more breakfast.
Duncan's doing more breakfast, and yeah,
Yeah, so I'll move approval, but if you could see what you can get out of the developers or the,
we'll do.
so, thank you.
It's been moved and seconded for approval. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Item 46, a resolution to approve a conditional use permit for a community living arrangement for up to 12 persons at 1467 South 75th.
Move approval.
I've seen him fixing the fence.
I'll second it.
Mr.
Moved
Chair,
and sec-
and I know the owner has spoken to the neighbors again, I believe. Is she here? Yeah, she's
Yeah,
here in the corner.
Story's here.
And did I hear you are going to host an actual open house in May you were hoping for? Okay. You going to have a sign out front or
Well,
hang some,
I was going to send out letters, but I can post the sign out front.
just so the people walk, because, yeah. You thinking like a Saturday afternoon or something? Okay.
Definitely a Saturday.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Item 47 is a new Class B Tavern and Public Entertainment Premises License Application for M&S Adventures at 6540 West Grant. Melissa Hayes. Melissa here?
Mr. Chair, I ask we hold that since.
Yeah, we can hold that one.
Mr. Chair?
Is this the one that didn't show last time?
I don't know.
This is the alibi.
This
I
is
don't-
the alibi on Grant.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't recall from last time if they were a no-show or not.
Mr. Chair, when I was reading through the application, I didn't see where they have in their business plan the percentages of alcohol. I believe they had all zeros listed. I don't know. I don't think there's a kitchen.
Well, they're not here to discuss it,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I'm not going to do anything.
Okay.
We won't even discuss it.
I'm just wondering if there's somebody from the clerk's
There's some
office.
problem before with that.
47 is
that
being
bar. Okay.
held. 48 is a new Class B tavern and license
Move approval.
for Archie's Flat, 6922 West Beecher.
Second.
Move and seconded for approval. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. 49 is a new Class B tavern license for Odd Ease Pub at 8812 West Greenfield.
And Mr. Chair, that's the old Stalis Palace. It's gonna
Yes.
be taking the place. So yeah, again, no increase in our tavern licenses. It's taking that existing license.
Right.
Yep. Is
She's
he
not
here?
eh?
Do you want to?
Oh, there-
Come have
oh,
a
there
seat
he
right
is.
here.
He is.
Are you odd E, sir?
Yes, I am.
I just meant that as a joke. I don't. And you don't have to
You
tell
go by
me how it
Adi
came
or
about.
Adi?
That's why I said she's not here.
Have you been in a tavern business before?
No, but I know a lot of people that friends with. They kind of showed me the ropes. It's been a long time family dream, and hoping to be able to make it happen.
You know the surrounding is heavily residential, right? So that's one thing.
I'm
If
aware.
you get approved, to be really concerned about the neighbors, not just yourself, and then some of the patrons that you will have, to behave, once they leave the premises, because we had some problem before with this establishment, Okay.
You notice that you've got an OWI,
Yeah.
the first one, correct?
Yeah, first and only. I learned my lesson,
Make sure it's the
I move for
only.
approval.
100%.
And I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded for approval.
Mr.
Any
Chair?
discussion?
Real quick, do you plan to have security cameras within?
They're already established.
Okay, wonderful.
Everywhere, all sorts of angles, even on the streets. So if the city ever needs to access that for whatever reason, I'd be more than happy to accommodate.
Perfect. And something that I'll probably repeat myself 40 times now that these are coming in front of us is just remember the city here isn't to hold you or take away your license if something bad happens. We encourage you working with the police department. If something comes about, if it doesn't feel right, call instantly. Working with them, again, it's not, I think for many years it was looked at that if you called, all of a sudden your license was going to be yanked, and it's not that. We just really have to avoid the potential of any issues leading up to what could cause something tragic in the future.
Right, and to follow up onto what Alderwoman Keene just said, my recommendation is if you're ever in a situation where you or your staff are thinking, should I or shouldn't
Do it.
I call the
Do it.
police?
Call the police.
The answer is always
Absolutely.
call the police. It's important. That's valuable for us as and the committee upstairs too. If the call came from the tavern, an employee of the tavern versus someone else.
And
Chair?
this is, the license would be issued contingent upon the current licensee holder surrendering their
surrendered.
license.
Mr. Chair?
Michael?
And to pile on, one of the things that really grieves me is when a patron ends up in the hospital because they got clocked on the head with a beer mug, and the bartender didn't see it or didn't know it happened or whatever, and that patron's calling from the hospital rather than there was a fight in there. And then a question for you: do you have a full-time job? Or-
I did masonry with my father,
Okay.
and I also part-time healthcare for my mom. She has really bad Raynaud's syndrome and arthritis, so it's really hard for her to move around.
Okay, so are you going to be part-time at the bar? I
No,
mean, it's
I'm
kind of
gonna
like.
be full-time.
Okay,
I'm gonna obviously, my hours are gonna be from in the afternoons. So during the daytime, I'm gonna, make sure my mom needs everything she needs, because it's really hard for her to move around. So I'm gonna take care of her during the day and then focus on my,
and remind me,
Establishment.
I might be mixing this up with the M&S. What did you put down on your application for your hours of operation?
2 to 2.
Okay, so my suggestion for you is you may want to edit that, because you're open Sundays?
Yeah,
Okay, so if there's a noon Packer game,
right.
you
I
won't
should
be
edit
open,
that.
yeah, you won't be able to open till 2,
Okay,
okay?
yeah.
If you want to ask us to amend your hours of operation to maybe, and we're not going to make you open at 11 a.m., but we want to make sure that your plan actually reflects what you plan on doing. So if you want us to amend your hours to say 11 a.m. or
Sounds
10
good to me.
a.m.
11 a.m.
or
for the
whatever, or
weekends.
say 11 a.m. on the weekends,
Yes, please.
okay? And that way you can catch Badger games too. Badger games ever
Exactly.
earlier, are they?
11 a.m. usually.
Yep.
Perfect.
So, we're going to amend your hours to opening at 11 a.m. on Saturdays and Sundays,
Thank you.
okay? Because we want you to be successful.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you.
You making that an amendment?
I'll make it a motion to amend the plan of operation to 11
Second.
a.m.
I'll second.
Okay, it's moved and seconded to amend it. All in favor of the amendment, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. And then on the motion as amended,
Motion to approve.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Next, we've got item 51 on the agenda. Oh, no, we've got item 50. It's a Class B license for Samuel Ralph Restaurant Group, Michael's Family Restaurant, 8417 West Greenfield.
Hello.
Okay, you're applying for Michael's. Dennis is going out of business finally, retiring.
We haven't kicked him out yet. He's been around every single day and swears he's going to take a vacation at some point.
I don't
but-
believe that.
Yeah, his wife believes it, but I think she's not going to give him a choice at some point. She will drag him somewhere.
Going to keep the same kind of operation?
Yep. So menu staying the same as far as food. The only amendment to hours we've discussed doing it all is currently they're closing at 3 p.m. on Saturdays. Immediately, we don't have a plan to open later, but we do want the license approved till later because we're talking about doing some Saturday night specials and stuff. But the late night on Saturday night,
Yeah, 8
our
o'clock.
plan is 8, but absolute latest would be 10 p.m. We know it's residential. We're not trying to ruffle any feathers. We've been trying to knock on doors in between the hectic because we just took over operations on Monday, so we've been trying to meet neighbors and give out our phone number and stuff, but it's been tricky in the day and a half we've had. But we will keep trying to make sure that
You don't have to knock on too many doors, they all come in.
that's the other thing too is Dennis has been there letting everybody know, and
Yeah.
he's been vouching for us so far, so we're hoping not to let him down.
Okay, any
You keep it a
discussion?
name?
Yep.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Good luck.
Thank you.
Item 51 is a Class B license for LA Pub and Grill, 5832 West Lincoln. Anthony Bugarino.
Hello.
If you recall, this license was denied earlier by the License and Health Committee when they had it. And that was because the building was in really bad repair and falling apart. And I understand you've been addressing those issues.
Yes, yes, I have. As a matter of fact, I took down the parapet wall. We've peeled everything back. We've completely gutted the place, got rid of the bathrooms, put new bathrooms in, putting in a kitchen, putting in the bar. Everything is on schedule to be done. It should have been done April 1st, but I didn't get all the permitting and all the planning and all that and
When you-
permitting, but now
When
we're,
you anticipate it will be done?
pardon me?
When do you anticipate it'll be done?
June 1st.
June 1st?
Yeah, yeah, I got the bar built. Plumbing is coming in April 26th. Electrical is April 26th. Heating and air conditioning is the first part of May. So everything, all mechanicals will be new, everything will be new. It's been a
Chair?
total gut.
Did I see a patio on there too?
Yes.
And but that's new.
That isn't there because I didn't have the permit to pour.
Right,
That would have
right.
been poured April 18th, starting today.
Yeah, but the previous operator didn't have a patio.
No, it was
He
a
had
house
a
back
little
there.
patio in back.
Oh,
There was 2 tables.
But was it licensed?
Whenever
I
it's
don't-
utilized,
I
But
don't-
are you licensing it?
No,
No. Okay.
I'm licensing it now.
You are
I
licensing
bought the
it.
building.
Yes, I knew
Dan
that.
Hilty is gone.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. It did not have a license.
What did you do with all this stuff? What did he do with that? Never mind.
I don't want to. Do you guys know a guy by the name of Kirby?
No.
He does picker sales. So he came in one day with 48 pickers, and they bought about $9,000, $10,000 worth of stuff.
Wow.
Okay. Okay.
Neat.
And then,
Some of the stuff was
and then
worthwhile
the
then.
rest. I don't know if you guys know John Schaff.
Yeah.
They own the
Sure,
funeral
the
home.
funeral home,
Yeah, I
sure.
know John.
He's a picker, so he came in and he said, "Oh, we'll go partners on it." And I haven't seen him since, but he took everything else.
Okay.
So all the
work
stuff
there.
is gone.
At the sale in.
There was.
I got some stuff and I know John. So are we approving the patio now, the outdoor beverage service and all that right now? Is that what we're approving right here with this application?
I don't think this is
Yeah.
part of the extension of premise. That would have to be separate, wouldn't it?
Separate, that's a separate issue.
yeah.
Yeah, this is just the license for the
For the
bar.
bar. Okay, now, I was confused. Did you want the patio on there, right? That was on the plan.
It's in the plan.
Right, it was in the
That
plan.
was my question.
Right.
So it's in the plan, so in order to be able to have alcohol on the patio, you'd
Gotta-
have to
you
do
gotta
a separate
come back for that.
application
You
for
gotta have a license.
extension of use.
You got a license first,
premises.
and then come
And
back.
then come back for
Yes.
that.
Oh,
Okay.
very good.
Extension
Wanted to
of
Did not
use.
know
clarify
that.
Yeah.
Class B, that's on the agenda tonight, is the key, first up,
Yeah.
we gotta get that.
Okay,
We
Okay.
get the building, and then once the patio's built, then we can always come back for
the patio. Very good.
And
You know,
I'm just curious. You don't have to answer this. I'm just curious what the rough ballpark is on the build out. Putting a kitchen in, and you don't have to tell me.
I originally budgeted 120,000, and we're gonna be well over 220.
Now,
But,
you
I
know,
mean, it's
The only
done.
thing I want to make sure is that this building was so bad.
Oh, yeah.
We had so many
Totally.
problems
Yeah.
before that I have no problem with approving the license in committee, but holding it until you are completed and you get your occupancy permit, then you can come and pick up, then we can approve it upstairs. But I think we should approve it here in the committee to let him know he's going to get a license.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I have no
Yes.
problem
But then
approving
you
it.
don't,
yeah.
we don't issue it, we're not gonna approve it upstairs at council. We're gonna hold it in committee until you complete your permit process and get your occupancy permit and everything. Then we'll approve it upstairs, you can get your license, okay?
Okay. When do we do this? How do you want, so, when the patio's in? Because I
When you
lost,
complete the entire project,
wanna open up the-
Tony.
I want to open up the bar without the patio.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
So
I
when,
wanna-
when your bar is ready, when building inspection tells you got an occupancy permit, you come in and tell the clerk's office, okay, I got my occupancy permit. And they'll put it on the agenda for the next council meeting, and we will act on it then.
But we're not. Are we having a June meeting?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the early June meeting.
Yeah, just the first one in June, or the last one in May.
Okay.
Get it done, before,
No, I won't be, it'll be done in
okay,
June.
then first meeting in June,
Okay, first meeting in
first
June.
Tuesday, right.
And then, Mr. Chair, did you hear what we told Adi before you
Yeah.
about calling the police if there's an
Oh,
issue?
God, yes.
And, yeah,
God,
okay,
yes.
very good then. That all goes for you as well.
5 years in a little pizza place on 48th and Fond du Lac. 5 years Showbiz Chuck E. Cheese. 5 years with Chili's Bar and Grill. 25 years up north in Manitowoc, Wisconsin on my own.
Very good, thank you.
So
Our
you're
restaurant.
you're 40 years old.
41. I just had my 41st birthday.
Tony, I mean, you will have some kind of manual, right?
Yes.
I know it's probably early stage, but you will provide that to us? I mean,
Do you have that, Steve?
the type of food that you
menu?
will serving?
Yeah.
What's the name?
L.A. Pub and Grill.
Yeah, wasn't it? Did I see something about heavy on meat?
Heavy on meat.
Okay.
Prime rib steaks,
Let's just approve it right now. Let them open up.
brisket,
That's good, Tony.
Cale?
So
heavy meat,
just for
big
license
sandwiches.
for licensee's sake, then if you want to get the license on June 6th, you'll want to have everything done by May 31st at the latest.
Very good.
So come in before the 31st to let everyone know that you've got the occupancy permit and got everything going. That way we can get on the agenda for the 6th.
Thank you. Then we will, we'll have to start moving a little faster.
Yeah, what are you doing sitting here?
Okay,
Have a permit
any further
for
discussion
6
on this?
months, if you want to know the truth.
No, I think we can move ahead until.
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Opposed? Carried.
All right, thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
All right, good luck, Steve Case. Thanks for everything.
Motion to
Hey,
adjourn.
Tony, open again.
Move we adjourn.
Second.
Second.
Favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Thanks for helping.
Tony.